All right. So let me welcome you guys to a new consultant orientation. My name is Jacqui Duran. I am a star director out of Lee Summit, Missouri. I've been with Cincy since 2012. And I honestly did not join for any other reason except I really fell in love with the product. I specifically fell in love with a scent called Echo. It is still my favorite scent of all time. I actually still continue to get it, even though it is not offered because I have a Scentsy club. Um, so that is my favorite scent. My very first warmer I ever purchased was the Jane warmer. And if you guys have seen that, I adore it. I still have it. Actually thinking about bringing it back out and into rotation. I haven't had it out on display in a while, but so like I said, I started because I just simply love the product and I wanted something that would give me some sense of a community because I worked insane hours for a local hospital and working all those crazy hours overnights, 12, 14-hour shifts, being a mom to three children, being a wife, running a household, all the things, I felt like there was nowhere that was for me. And so that was like the secondary reason. Like if I can have something that I can kind of do but still not take away time from my family, then I'm cool with that. About a year and a half in, I really decided that I really like this whole Scentsy thing. And I see other people like doing this as a business. Maybe I can really make like some side income. I had no desire to ever leave my job. I was going to retire. I had already done all my 401k planning and all the things that you're supposed to do as an adult. Had it all ready, had my career mapped out, had sent myself back to school, taken out lots of lovely student loans, paid those off, and then lo and behold, as I continued to grow my business and work it on the weekends, it was my happy place. It was where I loved to be. I was building a team. And it was towards the end of 2019 that the person who always thought I'll never have to worry about a career because I work in healthcare, my job was officially outsourced. And so I was faced with the decision of do I start all over in some new department? Um, what do I do at this point? I'd been working towards this management position that I'd been in for 15 years in that career. And I said, well, I've got this Cincy thing on the side. Maybe I can give this a go. And so I promoted to director, and my husband and I had long, long, hard heart to heart talks. We figured we were going to give my business a good 6 months, see what happens. If nothing happens, I've got skills. I can go back. I can find another job, so figure out something. So for 6 months, the one who never said that she would leave her job and thought that she was so dedicated because I was, um, I am so happy to sit here and tell you that I am still a recovering workaholic. I no longer went back to the 9 to 5. I have officially stayed full time working my Scentsy business because I poured into my business and I just continued to grow it. And so I will tell you that from somebody who started out never thinking that this would either A, amount to really anything, and B, would never in a million years have said, oh, I'll be doing that full time someday. Uh-uh. This is always a possibility for anybody. It's not easy. It's not going to be overnight success. It's not a get rich quick scheme. But if you put in hard work, dedication, consistency, and lean on your leaders here within this group, you are going to find that you're going to be able to do anything you want with this business. Truly anything. I am only one example of thousands. Everybody has a different journey within Scentsy. Like I said, I've been doing this since 2012. I am now a star director. I've still got one more promotion to get to superstar director. And let me tell you, I am somebody who will never stop learning. I always like to give the same quote that The Rock uses all the time. If you are the smartest person in the room, find yourself a new room, because you need to be constantly growing and evolving. And especially in a direct sales business that we find ourselves in, there's always going to be new things to learn, new ways to do things, new apps, new whatever, right? Now, can you teach an old dog new tricks? Yeah, you can. Because let me tell you, I have built my business almost solely on social media. And I can tell you that whether or not you think you have skills or not, whether or not you think you're good at something or not, you are whatever it is that you think you are. So if you want to get better, if you want to grow, if you want to do more with this business, invest in the things that we do within this group, with the Cincy community as a whole, and you're going to only see results. Only see results. So let me go ahead and pop over, because I do have something to share. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you all. We'll just do it this way. I'm going to keep my participant tab open just so I can see as new people join in. Hopefully I can get them in on time. All right, let me go ahead and minimize these windows. Come on, computer, keep up. We're doing things today. All right, let me move this. I'm going to go ahead and present, and we will get started here. All right, so new consultant orientation. First of all, welcome. So excited. I love, honestly, getting to meet new consultants and getting to welcome new consultants into Scentsy is something that I absolutely have a very high passion for. So if I get really excited, I'm sorry. I love doing what I do. So you just joined Cincy, now what? That's always the biggest first question that I know I had, and I see others as well. So you just click the join button. What happens now? When you join Cincy, you officially join a person. Okay, so that person is what we call your sponsor. Your sponsor is there to be your initial contact, your initial resource. Okay. They are going to hopefully get together with you, whether that's through email, through text, through messenger, or on the phone, or even in person. Whatever it is, hopefully they will open up some line of communication. I will tell you that communication is a two-way street. So some leaders also are working full-time jobs, have other commitments, maybe have other things going on. If it has been 48 to 72 hours and you have not heard from your sponsor, go ahead and reach out to them. You can find their information in your welcome email from Cincy that you got after you clicked that join button. So you can get their information there and just do a friendly reach out, hey, I just joined and I'm ready to get started. Where can we go, right? So don't hesitate or be worried about reaching out to them, because that's exactly what they're there for. And I'm sure that they all have great intentions, but as you know, life can happen sometimes. So in case they've missed reaching out to you, go ahead and reach out to them. The second thing that I like to encourage new consultants is to start setting your goals and creating your why. This, again, is more for those of you who are really looking for this, to whether it's a side income, to make that car payment, to help with children's activities, or take care of debt, work towards that Christmas fund, vacation fund, whatever it is, the whole reason that you're here, right? That all becomes your why. Why did you decide to join Scentsy? Is it for the community like I did in the beginning, right? I love the product. I love the community. I stayed for the community and I stayed for the income because, as I said, I now do this full time. This is my full-time income. It is possible to be able to do that. So you really need to sit down and decide what it is that you want to start to work for. I will tell you my very first goal when it came to joining Scentsy, I wanted to simply make a car payment. My husband and I, at the time, back in 2012, 2013, right after I first joined, I will tell you, we were not living the high life, okay? We were literally living paycheck to almost paycheck, okay? I know some of you can relate to that struggle, right? having kids. My youngest was still in diapers at the time. All of that gets so expensive. And I was working full time. He was working full time. And it just felt like we were getting nowhere. And to top it all off, not only was I working overnights, he was working days. We were like ships in the night. We had a car that was not very reliable. It was my good old Saturn. I loved my Saturn. It was such a trooper, but let me tell you, didn't have any bells and whistles, and it certainly was literally living its last days on earth. So we knew we were going to have to upgrade our vehicle because, first and foremost, in order to be able to continue on working, right, we needed a way to get back and forth to work. So we needed to be able to buy a car. So my very first why with Scentsy became, I want to be able to make a car payment. Just make a car payment because we need a car. And right now it cannot come out of our budget. It just can't. We did not have the wiggle room. And so that was my first why. And so every time I would sit down to work my business or figure out, okay, how can I learn how to do more social media? How can I learn to do in-home parties? How can I learn to do online parties? The focus in the back of my mind was always, I'm making that car payment. I'm making that car payment. That why, whatever it is for you, is going to be what ties you to your business. And it needs to be something that is a little bit scary. For me, like I said, I knew that I was probably going to end up paying maybe $300 plus insurance, right, on a car payment. And to somebody who'd never really done direct sales, and still to this day, I'm not a salesperson, I didn't see that I was ever going to be able to really do that. And so I really had to dial myself in to say, if I want to do this, I'm going to put my mind towards it and I'm going to make it happen because I see other people being able to make it happen. So I think I can do this. So I had to set my goals. I needed to know, okay, if my car payment is going to be, let's say, $350, then I need to be able to prepare for that. I need to be able to start setting up parties. I need to start being able to communicate out that I am a Scentsy consultant, right? I need to spread the word. I needed to start, and remember, I was working a crazy shift at the hospital. Every single day, I'd bring in my book bag to work, and I brought in my testers and catalogs every single day, and I would plop them on the desk every single day. I worked in the emergency room, and we had a lot of um, paramedics and EMTs coming through all the time. And I will tell you, my spot was like the favorite spot for everybody to stop. Everybody wanted to stop and smell all the different things. I really was able to reach a lot of people that way. And it helped me to create those goals. It helped me to start having conversations. Those beginning conversations can seem very scary, but you have to learn to push yourself just a little bit outside that comfort zone and start having those conversations and stop fearing the no. Just because somebody may not like it, that's okay. You're going to continue on with your day because you have a why, and that why is important to you. So you're going to set goals, you're going to create that why. Next, you're going to plug into the resources. Oh my goodness, we're going to go over the resources here in this training. But of course, your sponsor is also yet another resource for you. So if you are trying to look for something specific, if you are trying to learn a new application or how to do this or how to do that, or how do I find this on my workstation, your sponsor should be able, or for you to be able to reach out to and ask those questions. However, we do have other resources like our Facebook group and other things that you're going to be able to plug into. So that's really where you're going to find the answers to what you're working towards. Next, you're going to explore and set up your workstation. Again, I'm going to show you that and how we're going to do that. But really, when it comes to your workstation, the one thing that I tell everybody is just get in there and start clicking on things. You cannot break the workstation. You cannot accidentally order $500 worth of Scentsy unless you also accidentally get your credit card out and put in your credit card number. If you've gone that far, I don't know if anybody can help you there. But you can start creating parties, pretending that you're having the best party ever. How do you enter an order? How do you do these things? How do you get to those host rewards? Being able to get in there and just learn by really clicking on everything in your workstation is going to help you get so much more familiar with everything. Now, here's where the fun sauce really comes in. 78% of consultants who start off engaged in their business find their success faster. Remember, I said that we all have different journeys, right? My journey looks different from hers and looks different from his and looks different from theirs. Everybody's journey looks different. I've seen consultants who jump in literally with both feet on the ground and run towards director. And I've seen people promote to director within 5 months, 7 months, within their first year. I joined in 2012. I didn't start off running, let me tell you that. I did not become a director until 2018. My journey just was longer than others, and that's okay. That's my journey. And I learned things along the way that help me in my business as I continue to grow and work it every single day. So don't get frustrated if you see people moving faster than you. That's okay. Remember, your journey is yours. Now, adding a picture to your personal website, which is what we call your PWS, personal website, and a little bit about yourself and why you joined Scentsy will help online customers get to know you better. I'm sure if you guys have not heard it yet, you will hear it a bunch of times. When customers know, like, and trust you, they will become repeat customers. And that is when they actually start believing in your product, following along, want to hear what the next things are that are coming out. And they're going to, again, be your best repeat customers. And they very well may turn into team members as you begin to build your team. So I'm going to show you very quickly how we can add a picture to your personal website. So let me go ahead and minimize that. I am going to come over here, not there. Okay, let's move that down so I can actually see where I am. All right, so I've gone to my workstation. If you guys do not know how to get there, you can go to workstation.scentsy.us. It will take you right there. You can log in with your consultant ID and your password. If you ever forget that, just click on Forgot Password and it will set it so you can be able to reset that and get right back in. Now, I'm actually on the account tab of my workstation. On the desktop version, and also if you're on your phone using the mobile version, if you come over here towards the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you'll see your name. Mine, again, my name's Jacqui, but Jacqueline is my legal name. But if I pull that down, that little down chevron arrow, you'll see it takes me to account or to log out. Honestly, never log out. I'm always logged in. But this is the account section of our workstation. So for those of you just starting, you do have an initial really great feature, right? Well, a couple of really great features. You have a free trial with a program that we call Amy, AMI. It's actually Amy. I know it might look a little weird, but you can click on here to start your free trial. You do get a free trial when you join Cincy. And we also have a partnership with another app, and it's more of a graphic app. So if you see pictures on Instagram, on Facebook, things like that, that have the text or the moving pictures, things like that, right? Photofy is yet just another creating application. So it's on mobile. You can do it, I believe, from desktop as well. I've always just used it through my phone, but you can find that app and download it. But you can also click here in your account tab, because again, as a Scentsy consultant, they will give you a free trial for 7 days. I am a firm believer when it comes to trying out an application. I like to call it dating an app, because a lot of apps are paid apps. A lot of them have great free versions. Some of them you can use a free version and only get a little bit done. but you're like, do I really want to spend the money? I always suggest and recommend to people to date the app, try it out. If they've got a free trial, take that free trial and really play with it. Is this something you're going to use? If so, if that free trial is ended and there's no further free version, if you feel that it's going to be something that would help you or your business, that's when you actually sign up and pay for it. So I've learned over a lot of time that testing through apps, I learned that some work really well for me, some really don't. And again, just like your journey, it's going to be different from person to person. So your sponsor, your upline, your fellow consultants or team members, they may love this app, but if it's not working for you, it's not working for you. So learn to pivot and do the things that are going to work well in your business. But I wanted to first of all show you these two and how to get there. Now, remember, we're talking about personalizing our website, right? We want to add a picture and we want to add our about section, right? Or give a description about us with our story. If you just simply scroll down, you'll get down to about the halfway point of this page where it says websites and subscriptions. Remember, your personal website or your PWS, you do get this free for the first 70 days as a consultant. So, or 90 days as a consultant. And so this is a really great time to get in there and really personalize your website. When you signed up, when you were clicking that join button, you were able to actually name your website. If you've forgotten that, it should show you here, but you can also always change this at any time. I really don't recommend changing it too often, simply because as you start building sales and having customers, you don't want people to get too confused, right? Remembering, wait a minute, what's their address? How do you get to their website? You might start to confuse people. Some people like to use their name. Some people like to use a name that they've come up with. My husband actually made this one up for me. It's called the Melting Pot. That's what I decided to call my business a long time ago. And I've just always left it that way. So we've got that there. Now I can actually go here to the edit button. And in this edit button is where you're going to be able to upload your picture. I do recommend it being a picture of you. Okay. It will give you a default picture for your website. And I believe it's just the two little dolls that Cincy has. But you really, again, you want to change this to you. People will buy from you if they know, like, and trust you. And you want people to start recognizing you as their Scentsy consultant. The best way to do that is to put a face to a name, right? So it can be you. You see my picture here is just me with my favorite thing, some Scentsy bars, right? It can be something fun like that. If maybe you have a favorite pet and you're like, I'm a total pet lover, my dog or my cat needs to be in the picture with me, then that's fine too. If it's you and your spouse, you and your children, your family, because maybe your why is all about supporting all of them, right? That's okay too. But I do highly encourage making at least your face be somewhere in that picture. Again, we want them to get to know you. This is actually fairly easy. Again, you can select a file that you've already downloaded. Remember, you can do this from mobile. We are looking at this on the desktop, but you can, of course, do this from your phone as well. And you can change this as often as you'd like. I can remove this. I can upload a new one right now. So again, just as often as you'd like to, you can change this. The very next link down below is Tell Your Story. So as we click on that, you'll see that I have started my story, right? And it will give you some writing prompts over here. So again, as you're first joining, as you're first getting in with Cincy, this is really going to be helpful to kind of get your brain kind of thinking about, what do I want to say here, right? So again, it gives you tips and ideas. So it's a way for you to tell people why you joined Cincy, what running your business means to you. That's your why. Remember, we're going to tie that back to your why. Explaining what you love about the products. Think about why you joined Cincy. Share the benefits you've experienced since you joined. Even though you've just joined, you may feel like, I've got nothing to offer. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't experienced anything. I hear people earn trips and awards and things. I don't have anything like that. Remember, your story is unique to you. And just because you joined thinking it would, like I did, right? It was going to be something fun. I love the products. I didn't really feel like I had a big why or a big reason, or even something that I really wanted to tell people, right? Because I didn't really know what to say. Just being able to connect with other people are going to be in the same situation that you find yourself, right? Remember, we were living barely paycheck to paycheck. So being able to really tell people that that's where I started, that was something that people could relate to. When I was trying to, it all started with a car payment for me, right? When I really knew that my family needed a car, how were we going to pay for it? Those are things that people can relate to. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to accomplish everything to be able to write this story. Your story is going to be what we like to call a living and breathing thing. Your story should be changing throughout your Scentsy journey. And usually about maybe every catalog change, so twice a year, I will actually come in here, look it over. I might revise it. I may take some things out. I may change a little bit here. So I like to come back to it every so often because it also helps me too to remember where I started. And that in and of itself is a really big thing. So you can write your story in here. Remember, it does not have to be spectacular, but again, you want people to get to know you. Your join page is another spot in your workstation that again, you can personalize. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm wearing the exact same shirt in this picture that I am today. There we go. All right, so you can on your join page. So again, this is where someone's going to go when they want to click that join button. The only way someone can join Scentsy is to go through a consultant's website. Okay, so they have to go to somebody's website. So this is the picture I just have on my join page. But if you do have a video where you'd like to maybe introduce new people, talk maybe about, again, the passion for what you do with Cincy, why you love it, you can actually create a video, upload it to YouTube, and you can actually put the link in here that will play on your join page. So you've got some different options here. Again, maybe your why is for you and your family. You're trying to put the kids through maybe a public school or setting them off to college. Oh my goodness, right? So maybe that's what that why is. On that join page, this is where a new photo could really do you justice. Again, getting people to understand and relate to you. So you can upload that at any time. You also below that have what they call their recruiting message. So this is a chance to tell everyone why they should join Scentsy. So I like to give them just a little bit about how I work my business, simply because I've got a larger team and I've been doing this for a while. When I first started, well, first of all, we didn't have this option to do all this fancy stuff, but my message really was all about community and being able to, again, remember my first why, that was making my car payment. So it was all about if you want to be able to bring in extra money while still working without taking any more time away from your family, this is a great opportunity. And that's really what my recruiting message was for a long time. But again, update this, go back to it every so often. Another place where you can also customize your page, remember this is your Scentsy website, this is where people are coming, is they give you an option to highlight fragrances that you love. Remember, know, like, and trust. People are going to follow you if they like those things and if they're able to trust you. So they give you the option to save 3 different fragrances. I actually have Johnny Appleseed. This one is sun-soaked petals, and then cocoa lime. I'm totally in like this summer mood right now. So again, another place where these can change seasonally or as a new scent comes out and you fall in love with it, you can easily change those around. The other thing that I'll show you on here as well, again, up here, you'll see edit your personal URL or your website. So again, if you wanted to change this, you could. I just recommend not changing too often because you might confuse those customers, but you can change that, especially when you're first starting. Like I said, if you started out with just your name or You started out with something and you thought it was going to be this, and now you're like, it's not really me. So you can change this, just change it, hit save. If the name is already taken, it will give you a little pop-up that will say either this is invalid or this is already taken by another consultant. So you can change it again to something maybe a little bit more specific. So that's really the customization of your website and how that happens. So let's go ahead and let's jump back to our presentation here. So again, that's where we're going to really get into that concept of working that website to our advantage. All right, so top 3 ways to launch strong. So these are my top 3 ways. Have a launch party. This is the fun part. Of course, with 2020, a lot of us, if we weren't already, we're going into social media to find ways on how to do online parties. So I will tell you that your sponsor probably already has a way that either they're using or that they've seen other people use and have great ways to do it. Another really great resource for you to find those ways is to be a part of the Scented Bliss family page. You'll see lots of ideas in there. You'll also find ideas on your training center. But one thing that I personally like to offer my new consultants, the ones that I sponsor, is I actually will offer to do an online party for them. Simply because I've been doing this for a while, right? And so I really know what an online party looks like, how the flow goes, how it feels. I used to do the same thing for my consultants who lived local to me. If they wanted to do an in-home party and I was able to go, I would actually go with them to just kind of be a helping hand. So again, they could get a handle on what an in-home party actually felt like, how it worked, and just really getting them acclimated to doing that whole situation. So if that's something that you're struggling with and you need help, definitely ask your sponsor or reach out to your upline director or leaders and ask for that help. I guarantee you will find someone to help you. The second way to launch strong is to make a plan. You'll notice a theme here. Jacqui is all about plans. So one of these ways to figure out your plan is to really ask yourself these open-ended questions, right? How will you launch and work your business? So again, are you going to do maybe a Facebook online party, right? Is that how you're going to launch? Are you going to do maybe an open house event? Getting a little bit warmer. We're getting into the nicer months. Maybe you want to have something outdoors and invite some local friends and family. How do you want that to happen? And again, finding out how are you really going to work your business? For me in the beginning, I was working 40, 50 hours a week sometimes. And so the time for working my business maybe looked like 30 minutes at the end of every day. It was working it on the weekends a lot of the time. There were just ways that I had to find that I needed to dedicate time to put into my business. So now's a really great time to kind of really figure that out. How am I going to really do this? Another question to ask yourself is, what do you want to accomplish with this business? Remember, for me, it started out with a car payment. For you, it may start out with something different. But what is that first goal? What is that first plan? And then, of course, who will be your first customers? Maybe that's going to be local people, right? Your friends, your family, people you work with. Remember, I told you how I would take my testers and catalogs to work with me when I was able to, right? That was a really great way for me to introduce it and also get myself talking about it. But if that is online, that may be those Facebook friends, those social community friends that you've gotten to know over time, right? So those may end up being your first customers. The next way to launch strong is to plug in. One of our quotes that you'll hear us say a lot is those who show up, go up. The Scented Bliss group page is led by all of us leaders who are dedicated to helping team members grow their business. And we offer a lot of different ways to do this. So throughout the month, you will see different trainings like this one. There are others, and I'm going to show you some of those resources here in just a moment. But being able to plug yourself in specifically to this group, and if your sponsor or director also has a group, I highly encourage you to go ahead and join that, especially in the beginning. Again, that knowledge that you're going to soak in is going to help you determine how you're going to work your business, when you're going to work your business, and help you find tips and ideas along the way that will help you the most. So our core fundamentals, when we break it all down, is your training and your workstation. The workstation is filled with training information, everything from step-by-step to videos done by other Scentsy leaders within the Scentsy community. Obviously, you have your sponsor to help guide you, and of course, your upline. And then determining your financial goals. So this is really in the beginning where you want to focus. Told you I'm gonna sound like I'm repeating myself, but determining those goals, making those plans, talking to your sponsor, plugging yourself into the workstation, to the training section, to the Facebook group, all of that is going to help you in your success. All right, so resources during your launch. This is one of my favorite parts to talk about. So Amy, I talked a little bit about that shortly. We saw that on the account page there. You can go to, and I did space it out, I don't know why I spaced it out there, but sellwithamy.com is their official website, so you can go there. They do have on Facebook a group page, and it is called Sell with Amy. So you can actually like or join that group on Facebook. They actually go live weekly and they do trainings. Remember, Amy is actually available to you for your first 90 days for free. So by all means, get acclimated to this program, because I will tell you from experience, Amy is a way for you to follow up with customers, with team members, with ways to connect with future team members, and also connecting with your customers. So there are so many great things that you can learn and utilize within Amy. Another really great component of it is because Cincy does have a partnership with Sell with Amy, it actually links directly to your workstation. So every time a customer goes in and purchases or makes an order, whether it's on your website or you've put it in for them, on your Amy app or on the desktop, you can log in and you'll easily be able to see what they ordered, when they ordered it. And it will give you ways, and it will give you to-dos to follow up, how to follow up, what to say, and all of those things that go along with that customer service piece after a customer orders. The other resource is going to be, again, really where you want to concentrate in the beginning is your personal website. We did look at that, and you can, of course, utilize it for your online customers and marketing. So whether or not you are having those Facebook parties online, or if you are marketing on different social media networks, then that website is going to be where that bread and butter is. I will tell you from experience, I've built lots of websites over the years. I love having Cincy take care of the website for me. I don't have to worry about anything when it comes to that website. They make sure it's updated. They make sure it's working properly. All I do is customize it to me, like you saw. I add my own picture. I add in my story. So it's a really great way to take a lot of that burden off of you. Another resource that we do have from the Bliss leaders is we have a quick start launch. And so I will actually share this in the event, but this is a link, and I think I can go ahead and open this from here. We can take a quick look at that, and should have it right up here. There we go. So this is our, what we call our new consultant quick launch. So this is strictly a website that is all about the Bliss family. So on here, you do have a place that you can click for quick start, the awards overview, your tools and resources. You can meet your leaders. If you've rejoined Scentsy, if you want more training, this is where our trainings are located. I also have an FAQ or a help page here that kind of has some of the more asked questions when you're just beginning. Resources for your launch parties, so great ways to get ideas. And of course, if you are a new sponsor and you just had someone join your team, this is another great way to be able to plug into some resources. So this is our site, and it really is dedicated to just launching a business. So this is located in the Scented Bliss family group, but like I said, I will go ahead and pop that link back out for you guys, so you do have that. All right, little guy doesn't want to do that. That's okay. That's fine. It's just gonna not cooperate, but that's okay. All right, so we also have our Scented Bliss family Facebook page. So you may or may not have seen this in that group, but just so you know, it is facebook.com/groups/Scented Bliss family. Of course, this is where we put all of our training resources. We have ideas and sharing, and we even like to give sample posts. So if you're looking for ways to really utilize social media and use it for marketing, we all like to contribute to that, to show different posts that we've used, the wording and the verbiage that we're using, and just ways that we're working our business. So it's a really wonderful resource to be a part of. All right, so our first stepping stones, it still does not want to let me present now. All right, that's fine. First stepping stones and getting started. So again, from your Scentsy email that you received when you click that join button, they should have given you a link to your first things first checklist, which is located on your workstation. So if you don't have that email, you can just go to your workstation. There in your dashboard, you will see that. I do encourage you to go through that checklist. Another piece of just beginning your business is what we call the Shooting Star Award. This award is one of two that is only available for when you first launch your business. Even if you reinstate, or if you have somebody who used to be a consultant and rejoined as a consultant again, this is something that is no longer available. It is truly only available the very first time you join, and only during your first 15 days. So that's from the date that you click that join button to 15 days. If you need help finding what that date is, of course, you can ask your sponsor or upline for that. But that shooting star is a really great goal to work towards. What that is 500 PRV, or personal retail volume, AKA sales, in your first 15 days. Earning Shooting Star is, again, one of those rewards that is truly for you. And it shows you that you have the ability to do great things in your business. Another award that Scentsy offers at the very beginning only is the Sensational Start. We actually have 3 levels to Sensational Start: level 1, level 2, or level 3. You have your first 70 days to earn all the way up until that 3rd level. Again, this starts on the very first day you join, so the day that you clicked join, all the way to your 70th day as a consultant. Again, if you need help finding those dates, ask your sponsor or ask your upline. Another stepping stone in the beginning is your first promotion. This is to certified consultant. So this is 1,000 PRV, or personal retail volume, cumulative. Okay, so what that means is it doesn't have to be your first $1,000 in sales for the month, or for the 3rd month that you've been a consultant. It literally starts adding up again from the day that you click join. Every single point for PRV starts to add up as cumulative. I see consultants, especially if they're earning their shooting star, you'll see that's 500 PRV in the first 15 days. That's halfway to your first promotion, right? So being able to really get started on a good note and a good foot is to really aim for that shooting star, because that's going to get you halfway to certified. And you may ask yourself, well, what's the big deal about being certified? It really all comes down to income. And I will tell you that it's what we like to call or refer to as your first pay raise. Everyone, as they start off as a consultant with Scentsy, you start off at a 20% commission. So 20% of your PRV. Now, when you reach certified, you actually bump that up by an extra 5%. So from then on forward, you begin to earn 25% commission for the rest of your time as a consultant. Now, of course, when you hit lead and above, that's where you will start really getting into the income bonuses, generational bonuses, things like that. So as you grow, those are again conversations that will be great to be had with your sponsor or your upline. Another first stepping stone, of course, is that launch party. We have talked a little bit about that, but that needs to be in there. And then also follow up. Follow up is the gem to running a network marketing or a direct sales business. Because here's the deal, guys. When people know, like, and trust you, it's because they know you are looking out for them, right? So follow up is a really big deal when it comes to just customer service in general. Have you ever ordered something from maybe Etsy or another direct sales company? Did you ever get a thank you? Did you ever maybe get a coupon code, or did they reach out to you to ask how you liked what you ordered? No? Well, they are not in the Scentsy community, because here in the Scentsy community, we really like to train and teach that follow-up piece. Because let me tell you, customer service speaks volumes to people. So when you're able to just say, thank you so much for your order, your purchase helps me and my family. That's something that comes from the heart, right? And the more that you tell people thank you for supporting your business, rather than going to that big box store or, spending their money at other places, it really does make a difference for you and your family, right? Or for you and your why. So letting them know how much that means to you is going to really just be how your customers are going to relate to you and realize, oh my gosh, well, when I want another gift, or if I need more of this, I'm definitely going to contact them again, right? It gives them that warm feeling. And so we want to be able to give that to all of our customers. So meet your leaders. We've talked a little bit about this already, but your sponsor, again, that is who you joined under, and they will be there every step of the way. Again, remember, communication is a two-way street. If you're having trouble connecting with them, don't hesitate to reach out to them and let them know. If you're still having trouble connecting, even after you've reached out, that's when you can reach up to your director or your upline as well, or within the Facebook group, right? And you will find people that will help you and guide you along your way. The other piece of your leaders is your upline director. You can find this in your workstation. Also, unless they've reached out to you. I personally, when someone joins a team member on my team, I like to send out a welcome email just to kind of let them know who I am. Some leaders may do that, some leaders may not. So if yours does not, that's okay. Remember, two-way street. So you can log on to your workstation. On that first page on the dashboard, it will say your sponsor and it will say director. If you click on their name, it will open up a little pop-up window with their email address and phone number. So you have a way to get a hold of them. Again, you can also meet your leaders to see who are your leaders by going to that quick launch site that we showed there. And again, remember, I will share that link out. Your workstation, the training section offers that step-by-step training and all aspects of your business. Those trainings come from Scentsy Home Office and Scentsy Home Office, who have also reached out to other leaders within the Scentsy community to create content for that. So while your leaders really essentially start with your sponsor, your director, your upline team, you really have the entire Scentsy Home Office cheering for you also. So remember, it's a great resource to be able to have and reference back at any time. So let's talk about your Scented Bliss family leaders. So as you're watching this, you are a part of the Bliss family. Again, welcome. We are so excited to have you. So currently we have Tracy and Joe DeMario as our superstar directors. Tracy and Joe are also located here in Lee Summit, Missouri, not too far from me. Um, and they are fantastic leaders in guiding us and showing us the way. They have been consultants since 2008 or 2009, I believe. Or no, I think it was 2008. So they've literally seen Cincy grow up, and they are wonderful sources of knowledge and tips and just full of inspiration and motivation. You also have star directors that may or may not be in your upline. So if you do have one, again, you may see this on that quick start guide to know who your star directors are. If not, you can always ask your sponsor, ask those upline directors. Again, you can find that information on your workstation as well. We also have various directors as well, and they are amazing resources and wealth of information. I will tell you that we have star directors, directors, and leaders who are not yet directors who have all been through pretty much almost everything when it comes to Scentsy. So whether or not this is somebody that is in your direct upline or not, just know you have people who you can connect with within this family, because we really truly do focus on the culture that we've created here. All right, so we're going to wrap this up here. So the best ways to really plug in and get to know us and where we are and how we can best help you. We've got some great ways that you can connect with all of us. So on Sundays, every single Sunday, we have what we like to call happy hour. It is truly just a free form Zoom. We do not record those simply because it's usually more of a conversational back and forth. There may be some training involved. There may be some topics that we're talking about that week. But all in all, it's a really great place for you to just hop on if you're available, to ask questions in real time, to see what other people are working on that week. And it really just gives you that opportunity to network with other people just like you. On Wednesdays, now these kind of flop back and forth. Some are during the day, some are in the evening, and they're led by different various members of the Scented Bliss family leaders. But we do have what we call Work It Wednesdays. And this is where we like to just basically think of it like a big office, right? I'm here at my desk, you're there at your desk. What are you working on today, right? So again, it's very informal. Those are also not recorded. So you may see people working on samples that week, and maybe you want to ask them how they're doing those. Maybe they're printing labels and stickers. How do you do that? Right? So sharing those ideas back and forth and just working together. We also have on a monthly basis our Bliss monthly gathering or meeting. We like to call it fun things though, right? Because we have that kind of a culture here. And so again, these are led by various leaders within Scented Bliss, but these are recorded, and we do always have a training portion or topic that goes along with our monthly gathering. Everything from hearing from leaders who succeed in sales, to those who succeed in sponsoring and building a team, to social media, to all kinds of different ways to work this business. So it's really a great way to get in there and learn more about the business. Another thing that we also do monthly, once a month, you are in it right now, that is in this new consultant orientation. I am not the only one who does these, so you will get to meet other leaders walking you through. So as you are building your team, as you're having new team members come on, or maybe you just want a refresher, this will be a really great way for you to jump back in and have that option for a refresher. We also, once a month, do a fun game night. Again, led by a different leader within Bliss. You're noticing a whole theme here, right? We all like to get in and collaborate together. So you're not just hearing from one person time and time and time again. We all have different personalities, different ways that we work our businesses, and have found new fun things to do. So again, it's fun getting on and seeing different leaders and how they're sharing things and what they're working on. Another resource for you that you will want to put into your phone, so to save it as a contact, is Scentsy Consultant Support. So I've put their phone number here. Again, you'll see it all over your workstation. You probably saw it in your welcome email from Scentsy, but consultant support is truly just that. It is consultant support. And let me tell you, from times of having to call into them. You also have a chat feature, by the way, on your workstation that you can utilize. But these consultant support representatives are there for us. So if you have a question about why your order was shipped this way, or maybe something's missing from your order, or I received this warmer, my customer received this warmer, and it just doesn't quite look like what it does in the catalog. Can you help me out here? They are a wealth of information. And if you ever have questions about your business or parts of your business, another great resource. They have all of the answers. This is that Google site. So this is that quick start website. Again, I will put that there in case you do not have it. Another resource for you is the Scentsy Pay portal. One of the main questions that people ask when they join is, how do I get paid? Right? We've talked about payment, we've talked about income, but how does it happen? At Cincy, we get paid once a month. We are paid on that commission structured basis, right? So depending on where you are at with your title, and if you don't have a team yet, then that is going to really work out your compensation. We are paid on the 10th of every month for the previous month. So here we are, it is the 7th of June. On June 10th, it is technically our payday. Usually they spoil us and we get paid a day early, but technically the 10th of every month is payday. And when you join Scentsy, you will receive what we call a Scentsy Pay Card. It really is a Visa card. So I do have mine here. So in case you guys can see it there, you can use this wherever credit cards are accepted. As a prepaid card, I will give you a quick note that if you ever do a pay at the pump kind of a purchase, it will put a hold on that card. So always go inside if you're going to use it to pay for gas. But you, of course, can always use it at any ATM. You can use it just as you would with any other debit or credit card. So that pay portal there, though, is where you can log in. You can see what your balance is. You have the option to leave it on your Scentsy Pay Card and just use that card for purchases or whatever it is that you're needing. Or you have the option to actually transfer that balance to your checking or savings account if you'd so like. You also have the option to use Venmo to transfer funds as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can get that, but that is actually how you get paid. And going to that pay portal will show you exactly how much you get paid. Also, a heads up, you will get an email from Scentsy every payday too. So you do see that, and they do have that link in there. Obviously, the only other resource that I need to give you is that workstation login if you have not already logged in. Remember, you can just go to workstation.scentsy.us, log in from there with your consultant ID and your password, and that way you'll be taken directly into the workstation. So that is what I have for you guys for this new consultant orientation. I know it might have been a lot. I do apologize trying to get all of that out of there. Um, on the summer scent samples, yes, I can certainly share that. I'm checking the chat really quickly. And Sarah, your goal is a stay-at-home mom. Excellent. That's right. Getting the bills paid while still being home with the family. That's the dream, right? That's what a lot of us work for. So, and yeah, Misty, I will definitely share that out. You guys, I hope this has helped, like I said, and given you a little bit of an oversight. Remember, when it all comes down to it, those resources are there for you. Feel free to share this with your new team members or use it as you need to check back in or just get a refresher. This will also be uploaded to the Scented Bliss YouTube channel. Again, I will make a link for that in this event page so we've got it. So that